Welcome back. It's Sale Time Channel. Have you ever met a customer who looked at you like they were already mad at the world? You know the type, arms crossed, eyebrows up, that prove-it face. That was George. Monday morning, coffee still hot, and I walk into his office. He doesn't shake my hand. He doesn't even smile. He just says, "Make it quick. I don't have all day." And I thought, oh boy, this is gonna be fun. But here's the twist. 30 seconds later, he was laughing, relaxed, and telling me stories. And by the end, he bought and invited me for coffee. All because of one single question. See, when someone's difficult, we often think they just don't like us. But most of the time, they've simply been burned before. They've been lied to, overpromised, underdelivered, and now they build walls. George told me this story. He once bought a 5-in-1 hair clipper that promised a barbershop quality cut at home. 10 minutes later, he looked like he'd lost a fight with a cat. His wife just stared at him and said, "George, maybe hats are your new thing." Since then, he didn't trust anyone trying to sell him something. So when I showed up, I wasn't a person to him. I was just salesman number 101. So what did I do? I didn't sell. I didn't pitch. I looked at him, smiled, and said, "Let me guess. You've heard 100 sales pitches already, huh?" He looked up, surprised, then chuckled. "You're number 101, he said. And that's when the walls started to crack. We started talking, not about the product, but about all his ridiculous purchase stories. The hair clipper, the treadmill that broke after 2 days, his son ordering shoes online and getting 2 different colors. I laughed, but more importantly, I listened, really listened. I didn't interrupt. I didn't rush. I asked small questions like, "How did that make you feel? If you could redo that purchase, what would you do differently?" And little by little, he opened up. He wasn't really angry. He was embarrassed. He felt fooled, and no one likes feeling foolish. In that moment, I stopped seeing George as a customer. I saw him as a human being who just needed someone to understand him. That's when true rapport begins. Not with charm or tricks, but with empathy. Most people think rapport is some fancy sales technique. It's not. It's that moment when your customer feels, "Hey, this person gets me." It's when they stop protecting themselves and start trusting you. If you want to build instant rapport, even with the toughest customers, just remember 3 simple things. 1. Active listening. When your customer talks, don't plan your next line. Just listen to understand, not to respond. 2. React like a real person. If they tell you something crazy, don't nod like a robot and say, "I understand." Say what you'd really say in real life. "No way. That actually happened." Be human, not a script. 3. Find the funny. Laughter breaks down walls faster than logic ever could. At one point I joked, "So George, I'm guessing you're not cutting your own hair anymore?" He laughed out loud. "Nah," he said. "I'd let my dog do it before I try again." That was the turning point. From then on, everything felt easy. He wasn't the difficult customer anymore. He was just George, my buddy. And a few minutes later, he said the magic words, "All right, let's do the order." Here's what I learned that day. Difficult customers aren't mean, they're just tired of not being understood. If you can be the first person who really listens, you win their trust. And when trust walks in, Objections walk out. So next time you're in front of a tough customer, don't rush the pitch. Slow down. Be curious. Be human. Because people don't buy products. They buy connection. If you enjoyed this story, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to It's Sale Time, and let me know in the comments. Do you want the next video to be about handling objections like a pro? Or how to read your customer's body language? I'll go with whichever one gets the most votes.